Hello baby dear, this is Naruto with another Soulframe video. Today we are covering the Siren Pact. I'm going to have my stats at 10 all across the board to even it out. This is the Siren Pact. Our abilities are P10 Powder, which is a pocket sand explosion, giving the enemies distraction. They rub their eyes. Courage will increase the damage, and Grace will increase the radius. This is a pretty big explosion. You can get a giant cluster of enemies. This is Trick of the Light. It's your shadow clone. You shoot an arrow that does damage on impact, but it also creates a clone of you to draw aggro in from all nearby enemies, making them susceptible to backstab, and then it detonates. Grace will extend how long the shadow clone is out, but once an enemy attacks the countdown remains the same. Courage will increase the damage of the explosion, and Grace will increase the radius of the explosion. Glamour turns you into a bug, which allows you to sneak around undetected, and allows for sneak attacks. You can interact with objects, open up chests, open up animal cages, and you can dash. But getting hit or jumping will take you out of this. The duration scales with spirit. The abilities are from the tree are shrouded. This makes things glow in the dark. It has little use. I'm not a big fan. Enemies, allies, animals will all kind of glow at night. Pickpocket. The points put into pickpocket used to determine how many bags of loot you could get by just being around an enemy, but in P10 it has changed to the points allow you to loot unsuspected enemies quicker. So this is really good while in glamour mode, although there are other ways to sneak up on an enemy and loot them. But when you're in bug mode, you just have to be near the enemy, and one additional loot bag will drop. And you can also get another one from killing it, but pickpocket is good for guaranteed loot for enemies. With weapons, I'm going to be using the nettle as a Grace sidearm knife, and I'm going to be using the juniper, which is a Grace bow. Let's get into the sneak in. Alright, so I want to approach these guys pretty good, and then we'll go into bug mode, dash up to them real quick, and oop, there's a loot drop, and there's a loot drop from each of them. I had a crash in the middle of the fight, but we are doing voiceover now because my audio cut out. You can see that in bug mode we get loot drops. That mage, his loot dropped kind of right where he's standing. It's a visual bug. As he moves, you can see that it's a floating bag right by that dog. The nettle is fantastic. It's really great and quick. Siren doesn't really have a problem staying alive because if you keep getting the loot drops, you will have just an endless supply of potions. And you can always go into glamour mode and open up chests and pick up potions. You can also dash, but not jumping and getting hit. There's a loot drop. Go into backstab mode. Pretty much one-shots the archers. P10 powder stuns it. It's great for letting your bars recharge up. Just stun everyone, walk around, pick up some loot, wait for them to get out of that stun. It's a really great strategy. Alright, I'm gonna do some shadow clone here on these groups. Aggro's everyone in the area. going for a backstab, and I just finished right before it exploded. If you're backstabbing someone when the explode animation hits, it does not, the damage from the explosion does not hit them. I think that was a case where it didn't hit them. The range on the Pitrix powder is huge. You can usually get everyone in the area stunned. And this guy falls through the earth. Alright, I think now we're going to be swapping a bow. So you can see the arrow rain mixed with the shadow clone. I'm going to aggro all of these guys, kind of go in the center, and then drop a clone and just rain arrows down on him. Because the getting hit with arrows animation does not cancel out the blast explosion the same way a backstab does. Pitrix powder, kind of just run around, wait for that. Oh, he wants to give me a mission. Now's not the time, bud. And then we can get another shadow clone. If these pesky mages would let me rain arrows down. Another Pitrix powder to sort of stall and get that trick of the light going. Glamour is another good way to stall, to get another trick of the light. So with Siren, you can really get aggro off of you constantly with stunning enemies with the Pitrix powder, using Trick of the Light to divert their attention, and then just straight up going invisible. This is Preludes 10 currently. There was a lot of pickpocket changes from 9 to 10. Things are subject to change. The links are down below, and thank you for watching, everyone.